Hey everybody, Steve Garner here, My Title Guy, MyTitleGuy.com. Hey, thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're lucky enough to have Mr. Kevin Hardin. Kevin Hardin is with the Phoenix, Arizona law firm, Arboleda Breckner. I've known Kevin a long time. Kevin's a great guy. He is definitely a thought leader here in Phoenix. He is the gentleman that a lot of consumers go to, a lot of real estate agents go to, when they want the facts about short sale, REO, anything to do with real estate law here in Phoenix. So this is part of our series of industry experts speak. And Mr. Hardin, thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Stephen, for having me.
Yeah, so first of all, congratulations on your new digs.
Thank you. I'm pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, so now Kevin was with the law firm of Thompson Law for a long time, ever since I've known you. And I know that you've always been a wealth of information for a lot of people. And first of all, why don't we talk about why you switched, benefit to the consumer, benefit to the real estate professionals here in Phoenix?
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. You know, I was with Neil Thompson for 7 years, and he is still my friend today, and I love what he does. When he asked me 4 years ago to create a practice group focused around the topic of homeowners that are in distress, I was very excited to do that. At that point, I was about 15, 16 years in dealing with mortgage, regulatory, and statutory issues, so it was definitely in my wheelhouse. But the market's changed a bit. Challenges homeowners face have changed dramatically, and it isn't so simple as a loan mod or a short sale, let's say. You know, today, when a homeowner's faced with a point they can no longer afford a home, or it no longer makes sense to make that payment, what's going through their head is, I'm underwater, and what are my next steps? And once upon a time ago, those answers were fairly simple, but they've gotten more complex. As lenders are beginning to sue post-short sale, lenders are now suing before foreclosure on deficiency. They're making it pretty tough on the homeowner. And so with that, we had to put a few more tools in the toolbox. And so again, nothing against Thompson Law. For me at this point in my career was to add a few more tools, and Arboleda Breckner brings a number of aspects on top of what I've always done for homeowners and what we call mortgage mediation. Addition to that is every homeowner's facing probably the question, okay, can the lender sue me? Mm-hmm. If so, who's going to actually defend me in court? And Arboleda Breckner is a great litigating firm.
So, Kevin, in the last interview we did, we had Mr. Scott Gibson here from Remax Prosperity. He's one of the great short sale agents here in Phoenix. And we discussed the Arizona Republic's article on November 5th about Arizona banks shifting away from foreclosure toward short sale. Can you say anything about that? Benefits for the consumer, benefits for real estate agents? How do you feel about it?
Thanks, Stephen. You know, as a law firm, we are risk managers. We're looking for the risks to the consumer. And that means that every bit of data and media that comes at me, I'm a pessimist on all of it. And, when I get a nonprofit coming talking about, you should do a loan mod, I'm like, really? Why? I'm always asking that. What do you mean that the lenders are moving from foreclosure to short sale? I don't buy that. We have a deed of trust. It's a contract. If you don't pay, we're going to foreclose. So why would they just choose not to? When we get further, we get into the litigation that's going on today with foreclosures and wrongful foreclosures due to paperwork issues. And we know that's all a legacy issue that we're dealing with these lenders coming out of the heyday. And what the lenders have learned is that in a short sale, the homeowner is going to sign away and waive their rights to do anything to the lender. They're going to basically give the lender a pass as long as the lender will give them a pass. Now, it's not that I think it's a bad situation at all, but I kind of look at the motives. So for our consumer, when we look at that article, the reality is the damage that's coming out of the foreclosure market is much greater than it would be if they went short sale.
Interesting.
And so, of course, the lender needs to focus. And so the message by the memos that have been forwarded to me from internal folks within the Big Four servicers isn't, hey, we don't want to do foreclosures. It's, look, we need to improve our approval rate on short sales because it's pathetic. And the amount of time that it takes to approve somebody to short sell a home is ridiculous. I mean, from hello to goodbye in 15 days, a homeowner can say, I want to buy this home, get approved for a loan, and fund. But why would it take 5 months to do a short sale? So yes, they've got to fix their problem. So we perceived that we're going to have a lot fewer opportunities for foreclosure, which means the REO industry will see reduction in business. But let's be clear, that's not the motive for the bank. The motive for the bank is they're doing horribly in improving short sales. They need to move these pieces forward. But the other catch of this is, if we go back to the article from Realty Track from today and yesterday, delinquencies are up and defaults are up, which means that the potential for foreclosure is now up. I mean, up by 7%. Mm-hmm. But what the banks know they can't have to do, they can't get back into this REO backlog. They've got to approve more of these short sales.
Sure. Okay, so one of the things that Scott and I talked about was that Mortgage Debt Relief Act. I understand that's coming to an end pretty soon. Is that correct?
That's correct. Right now it's set to expire, depending on your point of view, January 1, 2013 or December 31st, 2012. It ends. And what does it really mean? If I'm in a nationwide picture, it's pretty dramatic. That occurs when the lender reports that 1099 difference between what that property went for in short sale or foreclosure, that net amount versus what you owed. The Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act allowed an exemption for that homeowner to avoid the ultimate taxable income, and that will go away. But see, for Arizona, people understand there's multiple layers of analysis to keeping in mind that if you did a cash out refi and you took all that money and went and bought another property, even the mortgage, it's a real shame the Kleenex boxes that get emptied in my office for people that find out, wait a minute, I was told that the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act is going to help me because this home used to be my primary residence, but the reality is the money they took out wasn't used for home improvement, and frankly that money was used for other purposes, and they still have a tax. So yeah, there are some people that it's putting a pressure on that they need to get their short sale or that foreclosure, that tax event done in 2012.
Right.
But frankly, they got bigger tax issues than I think. So right now, instead of focusing on it expiring, they should focus on that. You know what? I'm upside down in my home, and if they're upside down more than 20% in their home, that's a problem, and it needs to be addressed with some form of exit. And they need to get in front of a legal professional to find out what are my next steps, and it must include an analysis of that tax liability in context with what's happening with the expiration of the Mortgage Debt Forgiveness Act.
Great. Okay, so I'm upside down in my house, 20%. Maybe I'm unemployed, underemployed. I need help, right? So you're saying before I even reach out to anyone, I need to talk to somebody like you, right?
Correct. You need to know what your legal rights and obligations are. What did that deed of trust mean to you? When did you take out your mortgage or mortgages? If you didn't pay, can my lender take me to foreclosure? How long would foreclosure last? There's a plan that needs to get put in place. Now, admittedly, and I still am a big proponent, as you know, 9 out of 10 homeowners are going to benefit better from a short sale than a foreclosure. But unfortunately, there are homeowners, like I told you, now we're so late in the cycle, have run up their credit cards due to unemployment and underemployment. They've used up some of their IRA and 401k or stock plan to try to prop up a home they were hoping would be worth something more someday. And they may find out that they're eligible today to move into, say, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, or even possibly into a Chapter 13, or what we call Chapter 20, which is a way of combining both bankruptcies into a process of saving your home and owing no more than what it's worth. But they're not going to be eligible if they did the short sale first. Mm-hmm. Some of these homeowners do the short sale, then come back and say, well, now I need to take care of the credit card debt. I'm like, no, now you're going to need to do Chapter 13, so now you're going to have a payment plan for 5 years. Where if they had just done the bankruptcy first, then everything would have been taken care of. So yes, get in front of a legal professional first. Understand your legal rights and obligations first. Then if the right decision is to do a short sale, there are awesome short sale agents in this market that do a great job, to include even negotiating the short sale. As long as there's a legal professional to look over that and take that liability off, we all play in the nice sandbox.
That's great. Okay, so first of all, I know you got a wealth of information on your website. What's the web address on that one?
The website is mortgagemediationgroup.com, one word.
Okay. And how, anybody watching this, like I said, they're considering a short sale, they don't know what to do, how can they get a hold of you?
They can call direct into the office. Toll free, 888-909-1030. and call us, and our staff will get information from them, get them on my calendar, and we can sit down in that consultation and talk about that.
And how long does a consultation usually take?
It'll take anywhere from an hour to possibly 2 hours, depending on how complex the homeowner situation is. I charge a flat fee of $150 for that consult, so they're not up against a clock where they got to get out at minute 60. We'll stay in there until we get their questions answered. They understand what their path is, and then from there we can talk about what role that this firm may play as we move forward.
Okay, so what would someone need to bring if they're going to meet with you for that hour to 2 hours?
If they don't bring the physical documents, understand, what do you owe? How much do you owe on credit card debt? How much do you have in retirement accounts? How much do you have in savings? And by bringing your current mortgage statements, it lets me know how far behind are they if they're not behind. What is their required payment? Are they facing an ARM adjustment? Or worse, right now what we face is not really the ARM adjustments because indexes are pretty low today. What they're facing is their interest-only periods are expiring. These little fixed moments from 2005, 6, 7, where they took out 5-7-year ARMs that were interest only now are turning into fully amortized loans, and those payments are jumping up. Bring that information with them and a clear understanding. When did you buy your home? When did you do your refinances? It's shocking to me how many homeowners tell me, I really don't know when I took that second out. And what'd you do with the money? I really don't remember. Get a nice idea of what you've done so that you get a good quality answer when they're here.
Cool. All right, well, Kevin, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and we'll be coming back to you soon as this short sale REO market continues to grow or unravel or whatever's going to happen.
Stephen, I appreciate your time today and giving me a chance to talk to your readership.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right, sir.